How are we doing? Fishing night tonight. I went out last night, but things kind of got a bit mixed up. I was going to fish in Westwood Ho, but the tide wasn't high enough, so I ended up going to Appledore, but of which I had the wrong rigs for the kind of fish I was targeting. So trying again tonight. Tonight's whiting night. If we're lucky, we'll get a cod, but looking a bit doubtful at the moment. There's been some huge trawlers in the area, basically clearing everything up, so minimal chance of bass and cod. I'm sure they've wiped out a lot of the whiting as well, but just have to see what we can do. I did get some bites last night, but because I didn't have the correct hooks on it, I didn't get any takes, just lots of bites. So hopefully we'll put a stop to that tonight. We'll actually catch some fish, and then fingers crossed we'll be able to turn this into a catch and cook session as well. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm just gonna drive on to Appledore, and I'll see you there. There's my favourite kind of fishing, in one of my favourite spots. It's lovely and quiet, mainly because it's too cold, wet and windy, but you know, I'm suited up for it, so no problem there. There's a beautiful big boat going past there as well. I think it's part of the MOD. Great big thing. Yeah, been out here about 10 minutes. No bites as of yet. We've got about an hour till high tide, and then I'll most probably fish the other hour till high tide down. So yeah, just see what happens. I've just noticed a couple of people at the bus stop have set up. I've probably nicked their spot, but sod them. Yeah, they're tucked in the bush shelter, which is actually a very good idea. Although where I've cast out just here, I've gone right into a very deep channel. It's always proved quite fruitful for me. So we'll see how we get on. Just as I was saying that, one of the guys from the bus stop was standing behind me. That lovely bloke, he just said he's just gonna fling between the two dory boats down there. But yeah, it turns out he owns the Serene Sky on the Appledore Quay. He does a lot of fishing around here, but he's just taking his mate out for an hour, just to hopefully catch him a bass or something. So that was very kind of him to introduce himself. That looks like we're into our first nibble of the night. Let's make sure it's properly on there. I'm using circle hooks, so anything that's on there isn't coming off. Go on, another little one. I'll bring it in. Go on, stay on there. Yeah, that'll do me. In she comes. Putting up a little bit of a fight as well. Wasn't a massive knock, so it's probably just a small whiting, but the bites I was having last night were bigger, so should be okay. See what we got. That is what we got. Well, that's actually quite a respectable whiting just there. That's actually one of the biggest I've caught, so that's a really good sign. I'm very happy with that. Looks like we've got number 2 on there. A bit of few and far between tonight. I think a couple of years ago I had about 14 in one, 14 and a schoolie. That was quite a night, that was. I think I caught all those in a big pound. But that was more like just this side of Christmas, I think that was. Whereas at the moment we're in Yeah, we've got one. Yeah, baby one this time. Ah, little tickler. I think our neighbours are into one as well. Getting a bit excited. Oh yeah, what's he got? God, that's a big one, whatever that is. I think it just says smooth out. No. No, I'll nip round and see him after I've caught the next one. How'd you get on in the end?
Yeah, he had his first cod.
Yeah, he had a cod.
Yeah.
Oh.
About £1.5, I suppose, £1.75.
How'd he?
Yeah, he's got one for his tea. So first cast, he's chuffed a bit. What are you using? What's your bait?
Mackerel.
Peeler crab we've got on.
Oh, fresh peeler, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, makes all the difference. Just bought my rig in for the last time, and I have hooked a crab. So funny enough, just hearing what the neighbours have had to say. They've had a £1.5 cod on crab. Guess what I'm going to do? It may not be a peeler, but I don't think the cod will be too concerned about that. I think a crab. I think a crab that's a crab will do them. Welcome back to the kitchen. Unfortunately, I didn't catch any cod in the end. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But as you can see here, it's Christmas. And we're going to start by making the batter for the fish. Because then once that's made, we can allow that to settle while we're preparing the fish. So we're going to have about 50 grams of flour mixed with the same again, 50 grams of corn flour. We're then going to mix with that 75 ml, well, about 100 ml of beer. I'm using Newcastle Brown here. About 100 ml. Then about 100 ml of water. You can use sparkling or still water, doesn't really matter which. Then a teaspoon of baking soda or baking powder. You should see a little reaction there. And whisk it all together until it's perfectly smooth. And that's all beautifully mixed in and lump free. Typically, I've just prepared the fish and then realised I hadn't pressed record on my GoPro. That's a bit of a shame. I do have a video on my last cook and catch and cook session as to how to fillet a fish, but I will show you again soon, next time I've caught one. Otherwise, we're now ready to cook. If we put a couple of drips of batter into the oil, if it starts fizzing up straight away, that's when we know that it's ready. So now we can add a little bit of flour to our fish. This will help it to, or rather help the batter to adhere to the fish a lot better. Flip her over and sprinkle a little bit more on, just a light dusting. Make sure that's all properly mixed in. And now, if we bring it all over to the pan of hot oil. Make sure we get a good coating on the fish, and then slowly lower it in. I'll leave that to cook for about, if you're using gas, which I am, I'd put it on for about 6 minutes. It should be nice and like a nice light brown when it's all ready. Now hopefully it should be about there. Now looks good. Yeah, they're ready to lift out. Just let the excess oil drain off there. And then just let it sit for a few minutes and crisp up properly, and then I'll be ready to serve. And there you have it. It's my catch and cook session with Christmas winter whiting. Thank you very much for watching. That was a lot of fun, and I'm very excited about getting tuck into this, and fingers crossed I shall see you at the next one. Thank you very much. Oh, look at that. Bang on.